Good morning, Marines. I'm Staff Sergeant G. Russo. I'll be giving your platoon op order. We're going to start off pre-orientation knowing that the Hoko, Walaha, the HW, as we're going to call him from now on, is our enemy in this AO. We are currently located at LZ-8 aboard Camp Bear in the Montoyan Military Academy. We've got a grid coordinate. Next slide. The CLB's AO, outlined by this dark line right here, TA-15 Alpha Bravo, is bordered to the north by MCB-1 and the tank trail from LZ Turn to LZ Kuku. To the west by MCB-5, to the south by 735 north, and to the east by MCB-6. Terrain's typical for the Quantico area. Off-road travel by vehicles is considered restricted to severely restricted, and all areas are considered unrestricted for foot traffic. Next slide. No later than 10 tomorrow, we're going to establish a company battle position and retain the southern half of LSA-15 from the 4 to the 8 o'clock position if 12 o'clock is north, in the TA-15 region of the Quantico Highlands, in order to deny the enemy's ability to prevent relief efforts for the Tactical Area 15 area of the Quantico Highlands. We are the supporting effort for the CLB. Next slide. You got our weather forecast here. We're looking very mild. Low 47, high 68 today. What I do want to point out here is the end of evening nautical twilight and before morning nautical twilight, or EENT and BMNT. Take note of those times because that is going to define one of the times that we stand to, and we maintain 100% awareness and we get into our battle positions. Other than that, we're going to have some chance of showers, chance of thunderstorms in the nights, but other than that, pretty relaxed. Next slide. Our situation. As you can see, we've got that farm area way up north, and then I also put a star next to LZ Albatross. Yeah. All right, so we got 3 reports of the enemy. I'm going to go ahead and read you these salute reports. The first one, we got multiple squad size elements. They're moving from the Merrimack farm to where? We don't know. Their current location we don't know, but we do know that they are HW units, and we do know that this report was seen in the last 12 hours. For all of these reports, the enemy would have been seen in black or green utility uniforms with Russian and U.S. small arms and light mortars and limited night vision capabilities. Our second salute is up to 2 platoon-sized elements conducting rehearsals for an attack at the Merrimack farms. And then our third report was an 8-man patrol. We assume it to be a leader's recon, and they were crossing MCB-8 from north to south in the vicinity of LZ Albatross. So where that green light is, from north to south. Draw D, capabilities. The HW units and our AO have the ability to conduct coordinated platoon-sized combined arms attacks. It's believed that the Centrillion insurgency forces will not participate in or support the HW forces while the U.S. and Montoyan forces are conducting relief efforts. The HW forces have the capability to withdraw if their attacks are not successful. The enemy's most likely course of action. I believe that the HW will conduct multiple platoon-sized attacks on our company's defensive perimeter and attempt to destroy our position in order to prevent the humanitarian relief supplies within Quantico Highlands. Their goal is to strike a major blow to the U.S. and, if possible, to take control of our relief supplies. I believe that the HW will use the combined attacks and attempt to identify and exploit any gaps in our perimeter. These attacks will most likely be preceded by sniper mortar rocket fire, and they will employ machine guns in support of fire. They may also use VPIEDs. Upon contact, I believe the HW platoons will continue to attack and not withdraw until they have sustained heavy losses, and they will. They're willing to accept heavy losses to show strength to a local and international audience. This is very typical of these smaller terrorist organizations. We saw it a lot with ISIS. That completes our enemy. Our friendly, our higher, the battalion's mission is that CLB-15 retains the LSA in order to preserve the ability to distribute life-saving supplies throughout the MU AO within the Quantico Highlands. Their end state is that the LSA is retained, HW Centrillion forces are identified in the vicinity and are neutralized, and our humanitarian efforts continue. Our company's mission, in order to prevent HW forces from inflicting any serious damage on the U.S. forces or equipment or degrade our long-term ability to distribute life-saving relief supplies through the TA-15 area of the Quantico Highlands. Company's end state is that all HW identified forces in the vicinity are destroyed and the MU is able to continue stability operations in the Quantico Highlands. We do have a couple of adjacent units. We've got Echo Company of 2-1. They currently have an established perimeter defense around LZ Chickadee, which is where we're going to be going. Their job is to retain the LSA and TA-15 region of the Quantico Highlands in order to deny the enemy's ability to prevent relief efforts for the TA-15 area of the Quantico Highlands. Upon insertion of our company, they will retain the northern half of the LSA. Right, so that'll be from the 8 o'clock position to the 4 o'clock position, assuming that 12 o'clock is grid north. They're covering that whole north area. In the TA-15 region of the Quantico Highlands in order to deny the enemy's ability to prevent relief efforts in the TA-15 area. They are going to tie in physically with us on both flanks, with our company on both flanks. Now, first platoons are taking the east, we're taking the west. First platoon is the company's main effort. No later than 1100 tomorrow, they're going to establish Battle Position 1 to block the enemy from Battle Position 1 oriented to the southeast in order to deny the enemy's ability to prevent relief efforts in the TA-15 area of the Quantico Highlands. They have a medium machine gun just like us. We did have a heavy machine gun section, and they got attached to Echo Company 2-1. Supporting, we've got 2 mortar sections that are supporting. The first one is in general support of the CLB. No later than 2000 tonight, they're going to establish a firing position in the vicinity of the battalion's command post in the LZ Chickadee. Their priorities of fire are to Echo Company first and then to us. The 60 millimeter section is in general support of Echo 2-1, but will respond to calls for fire from our company. Attachments and detachments. Effective 1200 today, the heavy machine gun section was detached from our company and they were attached to Echo Company 2-1. We have 1 machine gun squad, medium machine gun squad attached to our rifle platoon. Our mission. No later than tomorrow 100. No later than 1100 tomorrow morning, we're going to establish Battle Position 2 to block the enemy from Battle Position 2 oriented to the southwest in order to deny the enemy's ability to provide relief efforts in the TA-15 area of the Quantico Highlands. We have that medium machine gun that I just mentioned. Commander's intent. No later than 1000 tomorrow, we're going to establish the battle position. We're going to retain the south half of the LSA-15 from the 6 o'clock to the 8 o'clock. And then the first platoon is going to take from the 6 o'clock to the 4 o'clock, with 12 o'clock being grid north in the TA-15 region of the Quantico Highlands in order to deny the enemy's ability to provide relief efforts in the TA-15 area of the Quantico Highlands. We are the supporting effort for the CLB. I believe that the enemy's key strength is their ability to conduct up to platoon size combined arms operations, and I believe that their key weakness is their inability to coordinate efforts above that platoon level. I'm going to exploit this weakness by establishing a company defense in depth tied in physically on both flanks with the established engagement areas supported by direct and indirect fire. We're going to maintain an active patrolling plan to maximize early warning. My end state is that all HW identified forces in the vicinity of the LSA are destroyed and the MU is able to continue stability operations in the Quantico Highlands. Our scheme of maneuver. At 7 tomorrow morning, we're going to conduct heliborne insertion into LZ Chickadee. We're going to establish that hasty 180 oriented to the south. First platoon is going to take the east and we're going to take the west. Next slide. After a leader's recon is conducted, we're going to use the crow's foot method to occupy our battle position 2. And if you click now on that next slide, it'll rotate what that crow's foot's going to look like when we actually orient into it. Third squad is going to tie in with first platoon at 6 o'clock. And the machine gun squad will tie in with the BLT rifle company at the 8 o'clock. Fire support plan, next slide. Purpose of my fire support plan is to disrupt the enemy within the company engagement area in order to prevent the enemy from coordinating mass fires on our position. I've already requested 2 on-call targets based upon my map recon that have been added to the MU target list. And here you can see them. You've got a finger down there to the southwest of our position, and that's what we're really going to focus on. That one's called AC0014, and that's a likely enemy SBF position. And then directly in the middle of first platoons, they have AC0015, which is that road intersection. That provides the enemy a high-speed avenue of approach and a likely SBF position. Tasks. Next slide. Upon arrival, all squads will conduct priority of work 2 that we see below, which is position that automatic weapons, assign their sectors of fire, and begin that sector back construction. Second squad will patrol first. First squad is going to emplace that LPOP. Third squad, you're going to maintain the force protection as well as prepare EPW processing and CCP coordination. No later than 2200, all the squad leaders are going to provide me a readback and their fire team taskings for the instructions given to ensure clarity. Coordinating instructions. The company's priorities of work are as follows. 1 is to emplace that LPOP. 2 is to position those automatic weapons. And then 3 is to verify sectors of fire. Then, number 4 is to prepare or to begin patrol operations. Number 5 is prepare primary positions. Then we're going to clear those fields of fire, determine ranges, and designate targets. And we're going to plan and plot the fire support, register our final protective fires. We're going to lay that comm wire after that and field phones, bury comm wire, and the priority is going to be to the LPOP, the machine guns, the squads, and the platoons. And we're going to prepare our obstacle plan and early warning devices. And the rest of that you all can read from there. The company's timeline is as follows. Today, no later than 2000 tonight, all platoon orders, prep for combat, and rehearsals complete. Back brief me on your timeline and the rehearsal plan. So that's from me to the company. This is the company's timeline I'm reading you. Tomorrow, 05 is Reveille, 06, we're going to get in our sticks in the tree line of LZ8. 7 is L hour in Chickadee. 7:40, I'm going to depart on that leader's recon. At 8:30, we're going to return from that recon. X hour is going to be 09. That's the occupation of the position. That's what you're looking at now. Those primary positions are the ones that are more forward on that moon shape, and then you're going to set your secondary positions are going to be behind that. X plus 15, we're going to initiate safe conducted. Our sector bags have begun. By 9:30, that LPOP is going to be emplaced. By 9:50, the primary position sectors will be verified, and then by 10:00, that first patrol departs. Next thing I want to talk about is a stand to. The company will go from stand to 10 minutes prior to before morning nautical twilight to 30 minutes after sunrise, and again 30 minutes before sunset and 10 minutes after the end of the evening nautical twilight. Each platoon is going to go stand 2 with the departure and re-entry of friendly patrols within their position. The company's base unit is 1st Platoon, and the platoon's base unit is 1st Squad. Admin and logistics. Admin, our CASEVAC plan. So the 3rd fire team of each squad is going to be responsible for the CASEVAC to the 2nd squad leader. That 2nd squad leader is going to be coordinating with the battalion through the company for those casualty collection points and the actual movement of those individuals. The EPW plan, the 2nd fire team of each squad is going to be responsible for those EPWs to the 3rd squad leader. The location of the battalion CCP is in the northeast of our proposed position. And then if we go back to that slide with the white square on it, that defines what that battalion CCP looks like. Logistics, no later than 2000 tonight, every Marine sailor is going to have 1 DOS chow, 1 DOS ammo, and approximately 1 DOS water, which is going to be 2 canteens, 1 camelback. We got pretty mild weather, so if you need more than that, just let me know. Platoon is going to be issued 6 pickaxes and 6 shovels. 2 of each of those tools are going to go to the organic squad. The squad leader is going to ensure all the PCCs and PCIs are done prior to tomorrow's reveille. Command and signals. Session of command is going to be the platoon OIC, then the platoon sergeant, 1st squad leader, 2nd squad leader, 3rd squad leader, and then finally that machine gun squad leader. Platoon OIC is going to be co-located with 3rd squad. Platoon sergeant is going to be located or co-located with 2nd squad. Call signs. Our platoon is going to be Tomahawks. The 1st squad's Tomahawk 1, 2nd squad's Tomahawk 2, 3rd squad's Tomahawk 3. Machine gun squad will be Tomahawk 4. Primary frequency will be on company TAC 9, alternates on company TAC 2. Primary challenge is going to be Dodge, and the password is going to be Viper. Alternate challenge is Forward, and the password is Mustang. And then the call for FPF is 3 green star clusters, and then the ceasefiring is 3 red star clusters. We're going to make sure that we get that pyro disseminated. And that covers our platoon's defensive operation order.